So it has been officially announced that WrestleMania 43 will be live from Saudi Arabia for the first time ever. Of course, the news, I'm doing a video, of course, on the day after the announcement, because, of course, I didn't see much of it until, like, last night, and it was just way too late last night, so I wasn't able to record or do anything to kind of say my view about it. So in this video, I'll mostly just be talking about, sort of my thoughts on this, and if I'm surprised or not, really. Before, holy crap, why am I coughing? I'm dying, am I? No, I'm not. Before we get on into the video, of course, welcome everybody to the BrewCrew channel. It's my first wrestling video in a while. Of course, I've been doing football and all that. Football season's back, so kind of been focusing on that, but trying to get back with wrestling. I had ideas for another wrestling video that I wanted to do, but I saw this news and I wanted to do a video on this to kind of give you guys my thoughts about this whole situation. Of course, but before we get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, if you guys haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos on the channel, as I do wrestling content like this, and of course, said before, I do football content as well. So let's go ahead and get into the video, and mostly probably won't be that long of a video, hopefully. I say that a lot in the videos, about 10 minutes. But mostly, of course, it came out around last night, actually. Around last night, it was already a crazy day yesterday, but last night, of course, it was announced by some people on X. I will kind of post up one of the tweets that I saw. Of course, saying that it was announced by the Saudi chairman. Do not know how to say his name, but the Saudi chairman that has been announced that Saudi Arabia will host WrestleMania 43 in 2027. Now, of course, if you guys don't remember, a while back I did a video on WrestleMania 42 being, of course, back in Las Vegas. Of course, WrestleMania has, the changes to WrestleMania and this news with WrestleMania has been pretty crazy. Of course, at first we thought WrestleMania 42 was going to be in New Orleans. It was announced, of course, by The Rock earlier this year, of course, heading into WrestleMania 41. So we thought WrestleMania 42 was going to be in New Orleans. Then, of course, not too long after, I believe, I can't remember my dates perfectly, but of course a little bit after WrestleMania 41, it was then announced that WrestleMania 42 would not be at New Orleans. That, of course, I can't remember the situations with that, but apparently now is going to be going somewhere else. So a lot of people thought, if you remember in my video, I did talk about this a little bit, but of course a lot of fans thought, even myself thought, are they going to go outside of the U.S.? Like some people were saying, probably London, maybe go back to Toronto, something like that. And even people, of course, one of the other things was, of course, Saudi Arabia. Because, of course, WWE's had a long-time relationship with Saudi Arabia, dating back to 2018, with the very first show in Saudi Arabia being, of course, the Greatest Royal Rumble. They've had that show, they've done the Crown Jewels, Super Showdowns, and, of course, recently with the Night of Champions, King and Queen of the Ring for the past few years. They've done those shows, many shows with Saudi Arabia, that of course some fans, even myself, knew that the day was going to come of them doing a WrestleMania. Of course, it's big news when, of course, they have the Royal Rumble next year. On the road to WrestleMania, Saudi Arabia will host the Royal Rumble. It was just a matter of time before we were going to hear the announcement of them having WrestleMania. But of course, it was not announced for WrestleMania 42, though of course WWE went back to Las Vegas for WrestleMania 42, and to make up for New Orleans not hosting WrestleMania, they're just going to put New Orleans for Money in the Bank. Now, of course, probably myself and maybe some fans probably thought to themselves, hey, maybe they'll do WrestleMania 43 for New Orleans. But there was also a little bit of fans, and even myself a little bit, who of course lives here in Louisiana and wanted WrestleMania to be in New Orleans, that of course was starting to slip away because of course I knew that we were probably going to get a Saudi Arabia WrestleMania at some point. Because we finally got them to have one of the other big 5 pay-per-views in the Royal Rumble. We knew the day was going to come, so mostly what I'm just trying to say is I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that WrestleMania is going to be hosted by Saudi Arabia. Mostly just because of a couple of things. Mostly because of the relationship that WWE has with Saudi Arabia, the multiple shows. Every year there is going to be a show in Saudi Arabia. There has not been a year, besides probably the COVID year, that WWE has not done a show in Saudi Arabia. In my knowing. I'm saying besides 2020 because, of course, of COVID. Well, 2020 before COVID, there was the Super Showdown, but that's different. So technically, crap. Now remembering that Super Showdown in 2020, I think everybody probably forgets that. Anyway, we're just not going to count that, so we're not going to count 2020. We're just not going to count that show, because that was a dumb, stupid show. Where am I going with this? I blanked out. So I'm not surprised that, of course, this WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi Arabia. It's now, of course, going to be probably going to have to now wait a few more years for WrestleMania to go back to New Orleans, because, of course, for some freaking reason, we announced it for being New Orleans. Everybody was excited. Then they announced it's not going to be in New Orleans. Everybody was excited a little bit because they were like, okay, are they going to do London? Are they actually finally going to do Saudi Arabia? No, they apparently saw the not so much big success 41 had in some ways, mostly due to the main event of WrestleMania Night 2, and mostly said, hey, let's double down and go back to Las Vegas. I was going to say New Vegas for some reason. Back to Las Vegas. And now, of course, we get the news of WrestleMania 43 being in Saudi Arabia. Now, of course, there is a lot of fans who don't really like this, because, of course, fans don't like the whole deal with Saudi Arabia because... I really don't have an explanation, because there's just a lot of fans who don't like it just because. I have no explanation for it. But again, like I said before, it's not surprising to me. We knew it was going to happen at some point. It was just when. It was just what WrestleMania was it going to be, and it looks like already in 2 years, in 2027, we're going to have WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. But it also is kind of a good thing that with Saudi Arabia, that can finally probably, hopefully, with WWE, that they can now probably do other WrestleManias outside of the United States, outside of North America, like London or even France is what some fans probably want. I mean, heck, probably even Australia. Just freaking not Perth, because I do not want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning on 2 nights for WrestleMania. I don't want to do that, but I feel like it will happen. And also, I do want to go ahead and say this real quick. This is not going to be the only Saudi Arabia WrestleMania. I would not be shocked if they have so many other WrestleManias in Saudi Arabia, to where it's going to be aggravating for fans that they're constantly going to do Saudi Arabia and not anywhere new. That's just kind of the other issue with probably fans probably thinking that, oh my goodness, probably almost every year is going to be like this. I don't think every year is going to be like this, but I can definitely tell that WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi Arabia for a lot of WrestleManias in the near future. But it's kind of a good sign, because hopefully, with it, because this is the first WrestleMania outside of North America. That's including Canada as well, because they've had a WrestleMania Canada. So this is outside of North America, outside of Canada, and of course the United States, in Saudi Arabia. So an international WrestleMania, and hopefully there can be more in the future, like London or France or anywhere else they could probably think of, or can try. Holy crap! Excuse me. But I think I just want to go ahead and end off there. That's just kind of my thoughts. I mean, really, again, I'm not shocked. Kind of knew this day was going to come. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys feel, or what you guys think, and what you guys feel about WrestleMania 43 being in Riyadh. How you guys feel about this relationship that WWE has with Saudi Arabia. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end it off here. Of course, about to hit the 10-minute mark a little bit, so as per usual, I say in these videos, I try not to make them long. It's probably still not that long if it's 10 minutes. Okay, I'm done talking to myself. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, before we quickly end it off, And speaking of course, X, they definitely go follow me over there on X and follow me on it. Follow the Instagram as well. Links to both of those will be down in the description below, so definitely go check those out. Again, if you guys did enjoy this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't, and hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos on the channel. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, again, let me know in the comments down below how you guys feel about WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. Let me know how you guys feel. That being said, hope you guys have an amazing, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.